Welcome to our channel. Today, we have the following news. His voice is only average, but his technique is exceptional. Has this phrase unfairly defined Liu Yuning's career? Whenever Liu Yuning's name appears online, one comment seems to surface again and again: his voice isn't anything special. What carries him is his technique. Over time, that sentence has become one of the most repeated descriptions of the singer-actor. Some people genuinely believe it after listening to his performances, while others simply repeat it because it has become the popular narrative. Yet the more closely you examine that statement, the more questionable it becomes. If Liu Yuning truly possessed nothing more than an ordinary voice, how did he become one of the most recognizable host singers in Chinese entertainment? How did songs like Let the Wine, Word of Honor, Find You, and dozens of other drama soundtracks become so closely associated with his voice that audiences immediately recognize them within seconds? It is difficult to argue that an average singer could repeatedly become the musical identity of blockbuster television dramas. Think of it this way. Saying Liu Yuning succeeds only because of technique is like claiming a chef has mediocre cooking skills despite being hired every day by Michelin-starred restaurants. If professionals continue choosing the same person for important projects, there must be qualities that go beyond simple luck. From a technical perspective, Liu Yuning has never claimed to be a conservatory-trained vocalist. Music professionals generally agree that he lacks the polished academic background of singers who spent years studying classical vocal methods. However, they also point out several undeniable strengths. His pitch remains consistently accurate during live performances. His breath control is stable, allowing him to complete difficult songs without noticeable loss of support. More importantly, he rarely experiences major vocal breakdowns on stage, something that cannot be said for every popular singer today. His vocal range is not exceptionally wide compared with elite technical vocalists, and his singing style is relatively straightforward. Critics often note that he relies on a familiar vocal approach rather than constantly experimenting with complicated runs, dramatic key changes, or intricate dynamic shifts. Those limitations certainly exist, and acknowledging them does not diminish his achievements. What truly separates Liu Yuning from many technically stronger singers is his emotional communication. His greatest strength has never been dazzling audiences with impossible high notes. Instead, it lies in making listeners believe every lyric he sings. His voice carries warmth, sincerity, and a storytelling quality that perfectly matches historical and fantasy dramas. That is precisely why television producers continue inviting him to record original soundtracks. Since his debut, Liu Yuning has contributed well over 200 OSTs for films and television series. Whether it is Word of Honor, Mysterious Lotus Casebook, or numerous other popular productions, his voice often becomes inseparable from the audience's emotional memories of the story. Producers are not necessarily searching for the singer with the widest range or the most complicated technique. They want someone whose voice immediately creates atmosphere and connects viewers with the characters on screen. The ongoing debate surrounding Liu Yuning also reflects a larger divide in how people evaluate singers. Professional vocal coaches naturally focus on technical criteria such as resonance placement, vocal registration, mixed voice balance, and transitions between chest and head voice. Judged by those strict academic standards, Liu Yuning may not rank among China's most technically accomplished vocalists. Ordinary listeners, however, usually ask different questions. Does the song move them emotionally? Can they recognize the singer instantly? Will they remember the melody after the drama ends? By those standards, Liu Yuning has already proven his value countless times. Another factor working in his favor is authenticity. Modern audiences have become increasingly skeptical of heavily processed studio recordings and lip-sync performances. In an era where advanced audio editing can make almost anyone sound flawless, genuine live singing has become far more valuable. Whenever Liu Yuning performs live, audiences hear natural breathing, occasional imperfections, and authentic emotions. Ironically, those small flaws often make his performances feel more convincing rather than less impressive. Perhaps the real question is not whether Liu Yuning has a perfect voice. Instead, it is whether perfection is what audiences truly want. Some listeners prefer textbook vocal excellence, while others value storytelling, emotion, and honesty above flawless technique. His career also challenges many outdated assumptions within the entertainment industry. Liu Yuning did not graduate from a prestigious music academy. He did not become famous through a traditional singing competition. Instead, he built his reputation by live streaming covers online before gradually earning opportunities in mainstream entertainment. Today, He records more drama soundtracks than many professionally trained singers and has even served as a mentor despite lacking a conventional educational background. That journey forces people to reconsider what defines a qualified singer. Is formal education more important than audience recognition? Should technical perfection outweigh emotional impact? Can someone from an internet background stand alongside classically trained performers? Liu Yuning's success suggests that the answer is far more complicated than many critics would like to admit. Rather than spending endless time arguing about what tier of singer he belongs to, perhaps the better discussion is whether the standards themselves need updating. After all, if millions of viewers instantly recognize his voice, if producers continue trusting him with major drama soundtracks, and if his songs remain deeply connected to some of China's biggest television hits, then perhaps calling his voice merely average says less about Liu Yuning and more about the limitations of the labels people continue to use. His career has never been about proving he deserves a place in the industry. It has been about showing that talent can take many different forms, even when it refuses to follow the traditional path.